Hello guys, after all of this work done for the car, I guess you were waiting for this tutorial. I'm Madeline, and today we are gonna do the materials for our Porsche. The model is gonna be available on my CG Trader account with the materials and the wheels. Now, let me get this bigger. Now for the wheels, you can check this tutorial here. I guess I'm gonna put here. And also, I have a tutorial for the brake calipers with the disc that you're seeing right here. Now, if you enjoyed the tutorial, please leave me a like, subscribe, and comment if you have any questions. And let's follow up till the end to see how I've done it. So here we are in the shading tab, because that's where we are gonna spend most of the time with the car that we are just gonna create. So let's start with the biggest part, the biggest thing that's taking the car, which is the paint. So let's create the paint material. Now we just got a principled BSDF node, what we are gonna need for the paint, because we cannot just simply put a color and reflection all the way down to zero. So it's reflecting everything. We need to get some details from the car, and that's gonna be done by using a Brunei texture. So that's bringing, if I plug the color into the material output, we can see exactly what's happening with the color output. And this basically helps us to create those kind of flakes on the car paint. And what I'm gonna do with that, I'm gonna bring a color ramp. So now everything is black and white. And that's gonna be plugged into the base color. Now I can take a look to it like that, and we are not gonna leave it just like that. First off, let me press Ctrl T. So by this we can set it to object as the texture coordinate, and that's gonna set the same scale for every single panel. So the flakes are gonna be the same. Let's see. As you can see, that the scale is matching. Now let's put some color into the color ramp. So first off, I'm gonna start, let's say it's gonna be close to gray, something like that. Let me push this color around here. Now maybe I'm gonna get some scale. So for the Brunei texture scale, I'm gonna set it to 1500. So it has to be small, or maybe that's too small. Let me see. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna take this color, and that's gonna be blue, let's say, this kind of a blue. And I'm gonna add another handle, which is gonna be here. Let's go with something like that, but darker. Maybe less saturation into this color, like that. So it's a gray color, and it's having just some accents from another type of a color, like that. And maybe these colors are gonna be also less saturated, like that. And now, if we just take the roughness down, that's not exactly how the car paint is acting. Because what we need a clear coat layer, and then I'm gonna bring another color ramp. This one is gonna be with black and white, and that's gonna be plugged into the roughness node. So now we are getting some differences inside underneath the clear coat, but that's too big. So maybe I'm gonna go with something like a light gray and a darker gray, something like that. Maybe a little bit more around here. That's fine. So the color is fine. Let me set the color for every single panel. Okay, so I finished adding the paint material to every single part that requires it, and I've added some planes for reflection, so we can see those cool reflections created on the paint of the car. Now let's do the glass material from the windshield. So that's gonna be glass, and let me hide now what's happening here. So I'm gonna delete the principal BSDF, and we need the glass BSDF. Okay, let's take a look. So what's happening with the glass? The simple glass material is not letting so much light to pass through. And while I'm setting the IOR to 1.5, I'm gonna bring a transparent BSDF node, Control Shift and then right click. That's gonna bring a mix shader, and let me bring a light path node and his shadow. So if I check his shadow, now this should let more light to pass through it. We can see much more light inside. Now we can get a color to it, like a small tint for the windshield. So I'm gonna go with that. This looks good. And let's set it also to the window. Okay, so that's glass. Now for the headlight, that's gonna be another type of glass. It's just gonna be clear glass. So what I'm gonna do, just bringing the same material, because you're gonna use the same material, but it's not gonna have that color tint. So that's gonna be, let's say, glass headlight, and that's gonna be perfectly white all the way. Okay, so that's fine for the headlights. We can have the same material for this here, for this little part, and another part with the same material is gonna be this one here, glass headlight. Okay, so that's having a glass material. The back looks so cool. And now let's do the shiny plastic that we are having here. So that's gonna be this one. Shiny plastic. Okay, so that's gonna be basically simple, like it's almost black. We are not going all the way black because nothing in the real world it's 100% black. They got like Vanta black, which it's 99.9% black. So there is a tiny bit of it missing. So that's gonna be roughness with 0, and the same material is gonna go here for this one. Let's see. And what we are gonna do now, we are gonna set this material for every single part that's having it. Like the diffuser has also the shiny material, shiny plastic. Let's also select these parts from the exhaust. They're gonna be shiny also. And this here does the same. I'm gonna select this part. This part I guess it's also shiny. And the last parts are gonna be here, close to the window. Okay, so we get it. Maybe I'm gonna put the same shiny plastic around here, like that. Let's say is that done. So let's see for the headlights. First off, I'm gonna hide that so I can see better what's happening here. So I'm gonna select the same material, the glass headlight. That's gonna be glass headlight V2. And what I'm gonna do with that, I'm gonna bring a texture. Let's see, wave texture. Okay, so I'm gonna take a look to it, and I'm gonna set it, let's say like that. Now I'm going to converters and take a color ramp. I'm gonna make it constant. So in this way, I can set it to something like that. Of course, I'm not gonna go 100% black, if that's or maybe that's the 0 roughness. So we can take a look exactly to see what's happening. So to something like that is not perfectly white. Maybe it's not so visible here. I'm gonna take a look at the local view so we can see better what's happening. You can see these lines here. Now maybe we are gonna go with a smaller scale, so we are gonna have more lights, just like that. Now let's get out of the local view. I'm gonna set the same material to this one. So the caps here are gonna be just glass headlight, simple glass headlight. Now let's see, we are gonna be required to make the chrome material. Okay, so for the chrome material, I'm gonna put it to perfectly white here, the color. Then we are gonna have a metallic look like that. So we can see how it looks with 0 roughness. Now if I check and it's a trophy, I guess I'm saying it correctly. Now let's see. I'm just gonna bring the wave texture like that, so we can see the wave texture again. Just a color ramp, K constant again. So white means 100% rough. No, I don't want it like that. And black means zero roughness. So we are gonna stay on a middle ground with it. So we can create something like that. From what I see, I need to go more with the black values. So I'm gonna do something like this. And of course, I'm gonna get more scale to it, something like that. Then this part can have the same material, and this part also around here. Chrome. Now maybe I will select also the tiny lights from here. I'm just gonna get a material and it's gonna be named light, like this. I'm gonna delete the principal BSDF, then shaders, emission, let's see. And for this one, I'm gonna bring from the converters a black body node, which is gonna be plugged into the color input. And then let's see, that's gonna give us a natural light simulation. Now it's on 1500, and we can put it at, let's say, 8000. So it's gonna give us a blue light. Maybe I'm gonna give it more strength, so 5, like that. This seems to be fine. And I can set the same material for this here. And let me see what I'm selecting. So I wanna select this small part here, and I will have them with the light. Let's name it red, light red. Okay, so that's not so natural for a light, so I can get something like that. Now if I get the glass headlight, and for this one it's gonna be glass red, simple like that, and I'm gonna get the color to red, like that. So now you can see what we've got. It's just cool. I like it. So let's see what I'm selecting here. So I'm gonna set the glass red here, glass red also here. Let's play a little bit with the roughness, so we can see what's happening if we pull more roughness into it. That's better looking. And that's gonna have, let's say, I'm gonna put the glass headlight V2, so we are getting something like that. Here I guess I have also glass red, like that. Here I'm gonna put the shiny plastic, like this. Let's carry on. So with this one, I see there's white. That's gonna be a simple plastic, so I'm gonna name it simply plastic, like that. And I'm just gonna put something close to black, like that. I'm not gonna change too many things to it. Let's select again the plastic, the normal plastic here, and that's it. One more thing with that simple plastic, it's gonna be here the ring that's back from the windshield. It's also like a simple plastic. We just need to see this band here, and maybe also here I'm gonna put this simple plastic, like that. Now let's see. I'm gonna have, this is gonna be named metal, like that. Then roughness 0.2, I guess is fine. Metallic all the way. So that's perfect. Let me just hide this here so we can see better what we are doing. Maybe I'm gonna hide a lot of things just to see better. We disassemble the car. Okay, so for the caliper, it's a painted caliper. Now it's not gonna be the same color paint as from the car. So I'm just getting it like that, paint caliper. And that's gonna be from Porsche. I guess it's this sort of green. Let me get it more like fluorescent green. I'm gonna put some blue accents and some darker green into it, just like that. Okay, now here I'm gonna put the metal material, also with this small bit here. This part it's gonna be also metal, like that. And for the brake pads, I'm gonna get the same metal, but what I'm gonna do, I separate it and I make it dark, I'm gonna name it also dark. So let's say it's something like that. Let's also select these small parts here, and the same material that we just created, metal dark, I'm gonna put it here. And also in between the fins, let's put the normal metal, and here I select the same metal, but I separate it. Let's name it metal disc. So this one, it's gonna have anisotropy. Then I'm gonna put textures, let's see waves. If I make it to rings, Control T, see object. You know what, I'm gonna try something new. So that's gonna be with the Voronoi texture. Let's bring some scale. And now if I scale down on y-axis and I push more on x-axis like that, I get this kind of a shape. Now I can plug this into the roughness, and let's take a look what we've just created. Looks like that. Now again, I need a color ramp because we are having perfect black and perfect white, which it's not wanted. So this one is gonna be lighter like that, let's say. So this looks fine. We have the materials for everything. So I will need to put the same materials also on the back of the car. So that's how it looks. That's how it looks with everything in place. Just pretty cool. I like it. Now let's see. In the real car, here I'm gonna add the same metal that we're having. So it looks like that. It's perfect. In the real car, here it's a mesh, and by that, let's name it Hex. I'm gonna name it Hex like that. And I didn't model it because that's gonna take like too many polygons. If I hit 100,000 faces only for that mesh, that's too much. We can get those 100,000 faces for something else. And what I'm gonna do, what I've done, I created a honeycomb pattern texture. It's seamless. Let's go to textures. So that's here. The same textures are gonna be available also on the file, which you can download. So let's take a look to it. Of course, I need to press Ctrl T. I'm gonna set it to object. So now you can see what's happening exactly. And maybe the scale is gonna be a little bit bigger. So I guess 25, it's fine. And now the color is gonna be plugged also into alpha from the principled BSDF. Now let's take a look if it's hiding what we want. No, the black area it's hidden, and the white area it stays. So we need to invert it. So only these parts are gonna stay. The inside it's gonna disappear. And we got a hex. Now we can see it better. Let's adjust the colors. So that's gonna be close to black, like that. Let's say it has a roughness of 0.1, like that. And we just got the mesh. I'm gonna put the same hex material here and also here, like that. Maybe here I will. What I'm thinking to do, let me just bring the hex, because I see here here is changing. UV edit, okay. I'm selecting everything from here, then hit unwrap. So for this part, I'm just gonna separate UV. So here I'm gonna change the texture coordination to UVs. Now it looks better. It's clean. It's how I expect it to be. Now let's get it a little bit smaller because that's too big in my opinion. So something like that should be fine. So we solved also this. Now let's see how the simple plastic looks. Plastic like that. Because I don't want to put the shiny one, I guess. In the real car, we are having also something like that. It's not the shiny plastic. It's like that. So I'm gonna put also the simple plastic here. Let's also get the materials here. And that's gonna be metal. That's gonna be metal dark. The same metal around here. Let's also put some plastic around this area, like that. So I've solved also this. Now let's see what we have to do. So the exhaust, it's gonna have metal dark and simple metal, the simple metal, like that for the exhaust. So we solved also this. Now I'm gonna hide these things here. Okay. And this is gonna have also the metal material, this part here. And this here, let's set it to the simple plastic. Hide here. Let's get a darker metal around this area like that. Here I'm gonna put the chrome. Let's see how it looks with the chrome. I like the lines. For the moment I'm gonna leave it like that. Simple metal. Or maybe I'm gonna change a little bit the things. So this one is gonna be the darker metal. And from what I remember here, this part is gonna be funny because it's like the tinted titanium, something like that for the exhausts. I'm gonna name it Titan. Let's just let's bring the color ramp so we can see exactly what's happening here, how the colors are playing. I'm gonna put the vector like that. Let's set it to object so we can see what's happening. I'm gonna change a little bit the position like this, and now we can get the colors. So this one is gonna be, let's say, some kind of a red in this small part. Let me also rotate so I can see exactly what's happening here. So like that. That's just good. These are the position. You can copy them if you get the same results. So I'm gonna put the white part here. Let's see, here I'm gonna put blue. Why the white just disappeared? Like that. Then I guess I'm getting this kind of a tint. So it looks like that. Now if I plug it into the color, we can take a look. Of course that's gonna be metallic like this. And then roughness, let's go with something like that. This looks like titanium. Okay, so simple metal here. Do I have anything else to? Yes, this part is gonna be, let's go with dark metal. And that's gonna be plastic, let's say, like that. Alt H, so we can see everything. It just looks beautiful. That's so cool. I'm also astonished by how it looks. Now I guess I'm not having anything else to get some materials on. Maybe the single part that I've lost, it's this one. This is gonna be mirror. And that's gonna be all the way metallic and roughness 0, so that's gonna reflect everything like a mirror it's supposed to do. And the last part, we are gonna need a logo for the car because it's missing some things, and those are the logo on this part. So I'm gonna select these points also only. P for selection. So I'm doing it like the same as a decal. So here I'm gonna get another material that's gonna be logo. And let's see, I got also some textures here. Let me open it. So I'm gonna put this one. This one is downloaded. It's not mine. It's under non-commercial use. So be aware not to use it for selling or something like that. If you download the model. Now it's not looking exactly as it's supposed to. I'm gonna change some things here. So for where it says repeats, I'm just gonna set it to clip. And what's gonna happen? That's not gonna repeat every single part from here. Now it's not correctly positioned. Okay, so I've positioned it. These are the coordinates for it. I also had to play a little bit with the scale. Now it doesn't look exactly as it's supposed to. Like, we don't want to see that black part. But if I take the alpha information from it, because it's a PNG, it's having also the transparent information in it. Maybe I'm not gonna let it to be subdivided. It's just gonna be simple like that. Now we can get some more things to eat, like let me bring a color ramp. I get the color information to the color ramp. Then I go to vectors, bump, plug the color to height, then normal to normal, like that. So we are getting the illusion of depth. So it's looking like it's getting out of the surface. And then for the roughness, let's say the roughness is gonna be 0.1, like that. So we can see better what's happening. And it's also shiny, like that. I like it so much in this way. Now maybe that's too big. I'm gonna scale it a little bit. Let me see, just a little bit smaller, like this. Now if I go on x-axis, I can see exactly where the middle is and also where it should stay, like that. Good thing that we are still having the blueprints. So that's the position of it, like that. Now we are having also something here. So I'm gonna select this part. Let's go like this. Shift D, then P selection. I separate it. Let me disable the subdivision. Now that's good, and that's gonna be hybrid. And we are gonna need to do the same as we've done with the logo. It's the same type of thing. Now I made this, so I'm not having any problems with the claims. And Control T. For this one, let's go for UV unwrap. Okay, we can see exactly how the things are going on here. Let me just rotate 90 degrees, minus 90 degrees, like that. I'm gonna scale it and also clip. So that's gonna be the position of it, like that. Let's take the alpha information into alpha. I hope I'm having alpha information. I should have it. Yes, I have it. Roughness to 0. And also, let's do the same. Color ramp. Plug the color into vector. Let's see how it looks. Now, vector, that's something new that I'm trying with this type of a thing here. Also, it looks good. That's perfect. What's happening if I set it metallic? You know what I like? I like more how it looks like that, and it's also much more visible. So I'm gonna leave it like that. And now let's create the decals for the wheels. Don't forget you have the tutorial. I'm gonna leave it down into the description. Now let's see. So I'm gonna select this and this here. Shift D, P selection. You know what? Let's go to this. I'm gonna bring it a little bit further, and I'm gonna get rid of the subdivide modifier, and this here is gonna be logarithm. Again, I'm taking the texture. Let's put also this one. Clip, okay, scale. I'm gonna set it to object, or no, generated. And let's check the placement for it. Like, this seems to be fine. Now let's scale it a little bit more, like this. Same thing that we've done. Alpha information here. Now I'm gonna go to the side view like that, and I will duplicate it going on x-axis around here. Let's see how I'm gonna position it. So it's gonna be around here. GY like that, close to the surface, around here. That's good. And now we need to do the letters here. So let's see. That's the part where it's gonna say, where it's saying Porsche. Shift DP selection, okay. Now subdivision needed. GZ, so I'm placing it. Let me see how it goes. Just like that. I will name it Porsche. That's the part I didn't done in the testing. Okay, so textures, and that's gonna be it. This one. Control T. Again, clip. Alpha around here. If it's letting me to put it here, like that. Now let's see, generate it into the vector factor. I need to rotate it a little bit, so that's gonna be 90 degrees like that. And now let's see where it gone. So like that. Then I need to move it on minus 90 degrees. Again, I need to find the position for it. Okay, so like this. That's how it should look. Or maybe You know what? I'm gonna apply the mirror modifier for this one. It's just gonna take too much. UV unwrap. Okay. So let's see if I put it into the UVs, rotate 90 degrees like that. Let's see what I'm getting. Also, we need to remember not to take this in count. I just forgot to reset those points. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select these points here. They need to be straight because I want the text straight. Scale Y is 0. Okay, also for this, like that. Then I can fit the whole text inside, just like that. Okay, so that looks good. We got it. Okay, I don't need anymore to be in edit mode. Roughness 0.1, like that. Now let's bring some depth into it. Shift A, bump. I'm gonna also save, just to be sure. Now let's render. Perfect. It's just perfect. And it's looking like real, because I don't want to model the letter sign. Okay. Shift D, P selection. Okay. Deselected. I'm just gonna get rid of the subdivisions. Then I'm gonna apply the mirror modifier. And this one is gonna be 918, where it says 918 Spyder. Or maybe textures 918 Spyder, like that. So doing the same actions, Control T. Let's see how I'm playing with it. So I unwrap the whole thing. Let's see how I need to position it. So like that is just fine. I'm gonna scale a little bit the thing here. So just like that, it's perfect. And it's much faster. Cool RAM, let's get out of edit mode because I don't need it anymore. Let's see how much roughness I'm adding. 0.1, like that. Now let's see. Wow, that's so cool. That's just astonishing. I like it so much how it looks. After all of that work, the exterior is finished. I'm gonna do also the interior because this car it's too cool to be left like that. And also I don't like when I see this space empty. We need to see the steering wheel. But after all to see it like that, it's just fulfilling for me. Now I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave me a like, subscribe, and comment if you have any questions after this tutorial. I'm gonna record more tutorials also with the interior, how I do the interior, because that's gonna be a little bit tricky. You don't have blueprints for that. You just need to create that by what are you seeing, and you're gonna have the updates on CG Trader is gonna be available there for free, so you can see exactly what's and where. Let's take a final look there with the titanium color that we created. Maybe we can see it. Now we can see a small part. I'm just too happy to see it finished. It's so cool. Thank you for watching, guys, and thank you for all support. That was the tutorial. See you in the next one. Bye.